is indeed an honor to be able to speak on behalf of you, Michael. When Michael first came into the troop, he came over from Packgate 42. Is that correct? And I remember the McGuire, Mr. and Mrs. McGuire, were really there with you guys when you guys came over from Cub Scouts, and I remember being introduced to you as Jonathan, as Michael, and then we'd often be talking about stuff and boys in your patrol, and Mrs. McGuire would go, well, what about John Michael? John, there's a Michael. Who's John Michael? Couldn't figure out who it was, and John Michael Burt. Is it Jonathan? Is it Michael? Is it John? And finally, one day, Michael just says, just call me Michael. And I went, well, that works much easier for me, so thank you. You saw from some of Michael's pictures, he started shorter in stature, and it's kind of tough for me. I've been part of the troop now for, hard to believe, 8 years. And so I've watched Michael grow from Michael to Michael. And it's funny, as you get to know these boys, you see so many different things that start coming out in their personalities. One of the things that you try to do as a leader is to learn all of their names and to make sure that you can put that face and name together at the same time. Well, one summer after we came back from our summer camps and different things, I remember looking out into the audience and I saw someone with purple hair. We've heard that previously, and who has purple hair? And I looked and it was Michael. And sometimes the hair color changed. And but what I noticed from what he was doing is it broke down barriers, especially for the younger scouts. You have younger scouts that often see their older scouts, and they're trying to go through and they would like to communicate and talk with them, but sometimes it can be kind of scary. Well, the things that Michael did, his hair and just his personality, kind of broke those barriers down and allowed a different way for the younger scouts to interact with him, and that's what it's all about, is being able to have our younger scouts have an example to follow. And I haven't seen any blue or purple hair, but you did a great job of letting the younger scouts know that it's okay to talk to one of the older scouts, and they'll help you along the way. Michael stood up, and one of the things that surprised me is sometimes you see boys that aspire to do different things, and sometimes you're just not sure what they're going to do. Michael stood up. Every 6 months we have a troop junior leadership election, and Michael stood up and gave his speech one evening that he wanted to run for assistant senior patrol leader. And sometimes you're not surprised by the scouts that are up there. That night I was surprised that Michael was up there. I didn't know that was something that he wanted to do. And as I listened to his speech, he told everyone his purpose for why he wanted to be an assistant senior patrol leader. And one of the things that really stands out with these young men in their speeches, because sometimes there can be up to 12 young men up here, and they're voting for 3 young men who they want to have be their leaders over those next 6 months. Michael was not quiet. He was energetic, and the way he projected himself, the young men knew that was a leader that they wanted to lead them for the next 6 months. One of the things that I always liked with Michael is if he saw something that needed to be said or done, he would stand up and say it. Just as he was about ready to finish this last fall, he stood up at a meeting, and we were having our junior leadership election, and Michael stood up and told the boys how important it was for their leadership to stand up, to be counted amongst their peers, to be a leader. Now, Boy Scouts, we talk about what it is to be a leader. We try to help these young men to grow from being the boy that's going to come over from Cub Scouts and into the young man that's going to continue on. And to me, it's a particular blessing to see that transition as they go from that age to that young man, and to see what's important to them and what makes Scouts important to them. Michael is, if you have not heard, is joining the Navy. He's going to be gone from serving his community in our Boy Scout troop, and he's taking the next step. He will be serving you and serving our country. Michael, I couldn't go today without giving you something that your hair is nice, but it's just not for me yet. So if you could please come forward. I think, Michael, you should always stand out wherever you're at. They got you this really nice hat. Actually, I forgot one thing when if you want to take this. That's yours to keep. Michael's family has something to give to him also. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot here.
Actually, we have something for all three boys. This one's yours. Eric, Jeff. These are 3 challenge points. For those folks who know what a challenge point is, it's kind of something special. You keep it in your pocket. You can have it on you all the time. Someday you're going to be somewhere where you're going to be talking about your Boy Scout experience and talking about being an Eagle, and there's going to be another fellow in the room and you say, yeah, I was an Eagle too. And that's when you take that challenge point out and you slap it on the table. And you said, yeah, I'm an Eagle. Prove to me that you're an Eagle. You've got 3 minutes. You can't go more than 30 feet, and he's got to prove to you that he was an Eagle. You challenged him. Okay? You make the rules from there. What you're going to win, what is your reward? But now, you have challenged the world. You ready? Well, yeah. We've also got the flag that flew over the Capitol, state capitol in this case. This is for John Michael. We'll always remember where he came from.
Eric, Jeff, and Michael. This is my final little bit. As you continue to grow into young men, husbands, and fathers, you may often look for answers about how you can be successful. There are hundreds of books that have been written about how to be successful. However, your success is determined by your efforts. The one effort and skill that I help you master in life is to never quit. Many of your friends that started with you in your Cub Scout dens and in your troop quit along the way. You did not. You did your best, and you did not give up. Always remember that feeling when your Eagle Border Review announced that you are an Eagle Scout. That feeling was a reality because you did not quit. When you have times that it seems like it would be easier to quit, remember that feeling you had in your Eagle Border Review and carry on. I have part of a poem that I shared at Trevor's Eagle Court of Honor, but I would like to share this part with you because I think it's important. Mr. DeHoff has his For Always. Ace has his 4 always. Mr. Hoff has do good, avoid evil, walk humbly with God. Mine is enduring to the end. And this is a little poem on this occasion for you. My scouts, my friends, you ran a good race. You struggled and put forth your best. You stumbled and fell, but you never would quit, which after all is the biggest of tests. So you see, my dear friends, through life's path you may go, and never come close to a crown. Remember these words, I will never give up, and get up whenever you're down. For the day will come when your Savior will say, come close, my dear special friend. For the race does not go to the swift or the strong,